All right, it is June 15th, 2024, and this is Carnivore Ken back for another health walk and talk. That's right, your favorite carnivore is still around getting his walks after dinner. Hoorah! So what's going on? How's everybody been doing? It's been a few days since we've had a nice conversation, so I am back. I'm going to try to keep the camera from shaking as much on this video as the last one, but I had all these sweat flies last time landed on the camera lens. These insects down here in Georgia just aren't that friendly. You got the gnats and mosquitoes and the sweat, dragonflies, I guess you call them. So that's why I occasionally slap something along the way. So anyways, what's been going on today so far? Well, I got up at 4 a.m. this morning, feeling highly motivated, highly dedicated. I went to the YMCA and got myself a good upper body workout in, did some abs, and then I took a dry sauna. That's right, and it felt good. I had to do some traveling today, so I traveled in the car for about 4 hours, came home, and after I ate my evening meal, I'm putting in a little evening meal walk. And of course, you know, like I said, I'm always an overachiever, not just around the block. This one will be 5.50 miles by the time I am done. Hoorah. So, well, anyways, what should we talk about tonight? I was getting some comments from my last video, and about telling people to eliminate certain foods and this and that. I am not a doctor, so just take everything I say as an opinion. So, but I'm not telling anybody to really eliminate anything. If you are metabolically healthy, you can eat what you want as long as it doesn't ruin your health, right? And how do you know if you're metabolically healthy, if you're insulin sensitive? Well, chances are you probably aren't if you're an adult in America. We know that 88% of adults in America are not insulin sensitive. They're metabolically challenged one way or another. We just have an overweight society here because we have, that access to that refrigerator 24 hours a day, it seems like. Yeah, I know you go to work, but you probably have a refrigerator at your work too, right? So we just have easy access. And humans, they're impulsive. They they can't put off not satisfying every urge when they feel slightly hungry. The vast majority of people in the United States, they don't fast. They don't, they're eating the standard American diet, so they're hungry all day long. And that's probably why we're just extremely overweight society. But it doesn't have to be that way. If you want to be, I'm trying to keep this camera from shaking. If you want to be more energetic, more clear-minded, so you don't have brain fog, then you have to make some changes. And yes, it might be a little difficult at first, but man, you get very used to it, and you start getting in control of your hunger. What is that? Ghrelin, the hunger hormone that makes you want to eat all the time. You can definitely get that under control. The hunger pains will pass if you choose to partake in some type of eating regimen that's going to fix your metabolic health. I choose carnivore, ketovore, kind of in between there. Sometimes I'm strict carnivore. Sometimes I add fermented things into my diet, and I do add berries or some walnuts or pecans sometimes, but when I have those, I put them in a real small bowl so I don't overindulge. So far today, just I'm not going to eat anything else today. I feel fully satiated, but just let you know what I had today. I had 6 hard-boiled eggs, some bacon, and then I had 2 big hamburger patties with a little bit of sauerkraut topping, which, remember, sauerkraut is a fermented vegetable. And then I had a little bowl of walnuts and blueberries. That's it. That's what I'm having today. And as far as what fluids I've had today, water. No coffee, no soft drinks, no teas. I've had good old H2O, and that's how I feel best. I like having just water. Yeah, I drink plenty of water, to be honest with you, but you know, since I gave up the artificial sweeteners, and it's been maybe 7 weeks now. It's been a while. I just find that I'm not having to look for a bathroom all the time. My bowel movements, talking about the old brow trout, like I said before, they aren't running no more, which is nice. And I can go long periods of time without, you know, not having to use the restroom. I'm getting, maybe it's helping me feel like a young guy again. How about that? You know, I am 64, so I think those artificial sweeteners were something in those what would I say, processed liquids. Something there was messing with my inside, because I feel much better now that I'm just drinking water. And I got up this morning at 4 a.m. You would think most people will probably rush for a coffee pot. Now me, I was feeling fine. I just went and jumped in the shower, hustled up, and out the door. It was a piece of cake. I wanted to get a workout in before I had to do a little drive to pick up a relative at the airport. So anyways, I know I said the thing about the bananas last time, and that is true, that you know, at homeostasis, your human body has 1 teaspoon of sugar, and when you do eat certain fruit like bananas, or let's say apples have approximately 6 teaspoons of sugar. After you eat that apple, your body, your pancreas, does have to release insulin to deal with it. And if you are metabolically healthy, there's not a problem. Have your apple, have your banana. But remember, 88% of Americans are not. So that's a problem that is basically the root cause of almost every disease that we have to deal with in the United States. That's right, being insulin resistant, metabolically unhealthy. It's just, you know, it can end up being your demise if you're not careful. So when I'm talking to people about maybe cutting out some of that sugary fruit, it's really directed at the people that are not metabolically unhealthy like myself. Hey, I admit I'm metabolically unhealthy. I know what my hemoglobin A1C is. So if you're watching this video and you're you know, you don't have any problems in that area, you really don't have to be concerned, because you must be able to be, you're probably insulin sensitive and you can eat what you want. But my tips as far as diet are more directed at people that are not metabolically healthy. And I heard, right, I know, if people would just do their macros correctly, all those problems would go away, right? And, you know, counting calories, weighing food, that's just not good for the long run, because people aren't going to do it. Nobody's going to weigh their food forever. And counting your macros, nobody's going to count their macros forever. That's just not the way us humans are wired. What you can do forever is a keto or carnivore diet. And yeah, your cholesterol might go up like mine did. I have high HDL, super low triglycerides, and high LDL. But you know, that there's even a possibility as you get more and more healthy that that's going to balance all off too, because I get checked every 6 months and my total cholesterol dropped by about 90 points from on the last check. So it is going down. So maybe as my lifestyle has improved so much, maybe the reason for whatever reason when my cholesterol going up is starting to taper back down pretty good now, and that's without any use of any statin drugs, which in my opinion are poison to the body. I'm not going to do it. So, but you know, I think lifestyle, and I think finding what works for you as far as a diet is the way to go. If you depend on pharmaceuticals, what's going to happen is they're going to give you a pharmaceutical drug, whether it's metformin or statin drug, whatever, and then when you start having side effects, they're going to give you another drug to deal with those side effects, and before you know it, you're going to be on multiple drugs. I mean, the average 65-year-old is on 4 prescription drugs. So I'm not choosing to go down that route. I mean, if you choose that route, well, good for you. If you don't, you know, have any capability of ever being somewhat disciplined and trying to control that, then I guess you'll need your pharmaceuticals. But I like feeling good, and what makes you feel good is not the pharmaceutical drugs, it's the lifestyle and the eating right. The lifestyle can be more than just the food and the exercise. It can be the sunshine, the fresh air, and the sleeping well at night. Of course, people talk about grounding and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's basically getting back to Mother Nature and being at peace and trying to lower your stress. I think all that's good. Just remember, guys, when you go to the doctor and you tell your doctor about certain problems, or let's say you go in there and a couple things are a little off, your cholesterol, or maybe one of your markers for your liver or your kidneys or something, and the first thing the doctor does is grab the prescription pad. You know, that doctor is not really, if he doesn't talk to you about lifestyle and eating properly, he's really not a healer. He's more like a dealer. Just remember that. And so, you know, I am giddy on lifestyle and proper eating and getting sunshine and fresh air. So that's where that is. Another thing that I started to explore is sardine fasting. Yes, fasting is eating no food and just drinking, or dry fasting, right, where you're not drinking or eating. But yeah, there's this big thing out there called sardine fasting, or there's even egg fasting. I did a 3-day egg fast where I was eating 28 eggs a day. So and that's the only thing I ate for 3 days, and I felt fine. It was good, and I did get into light ketosis through that. But I did just a short sardine fast, mainly because of Father's Day. My wife wanted to take me out for Father's Day dinner. But I'm telling you, man, I think there's really something to the sardine fast that I noticed that I got into a deeper state of ketosis and a lower glucose reading on my Keto Mojo than I got when I was water fasting. Whenever I got hungry, I ate only sardines, and I was putting the sardines in mayo, avocado mayo. You gotta be careful about even avocado mayo because you gotta read those ingredients. So when I say avocado mayo, that means avocado oil is mixed in with the eggs to create the mayo. It might have some salt and a couple other things, but what they don't have, there's no seed oil. Anyways, I mixed that in with the sardines and some pink Himalayan sea salt. It makes them pretty tasty. Make them into like a tuna fish that you would put on a sandwich if you were eating bread, which of course we don't eat bread, right? And it's tasty. And I only did it for one day, and my sugar was, my glucose was dropping. I was getting almost up to 2 on the Keto Mojo. I was 1.8. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm planning on doing I'm already collecting the sardines. I'm planning on doing a longer sardine fast because I want to see maybe possibly do a 3-day or 7-day and just see what effects that has, because my overall goal that I've stated numerous times is I want to become metabolically healthy. I want to get that hemoglobin A1C down below 5.6. And I refuse to be metabolically unhealthy. And I would do whatever it takes. And my, when I did just that one day sardine fast, my GKI, my glucose ketone index, got down to 2.7. And anyways, when you're pre-diabetic like me, you want to try to get that GKI down into between 3 and 5, and I was all the way down to 2.7. So that's pretty good. When you have, if you have a cancer diagnosis, they want you to get that GKI down in the 1s, which doesn't sound like it would be that hard to get there through the sardine fasting, because I got down to a 2.7 just in one day. And what's nice about the sardine fasting, that's all you're eating, and you're really not fasting because you're eating sardines, and you don't have to fight the hunger pains. If you get hunger pains, you crack open a can of sardines. I mean, first thing in the morning, I ate 3 cans of sardines just to get my day started. So, hoorah. So, anyways, that's about it. There's really not too much new information out there. I listen to podcasts, I read every article I see that's interesting about health. I mean, I see all kinds of things out there, like this one guy was talking about drinking urine, and it says there's scientific evidence out there that he was talking about it being used for people that might have been diagnosed with cancer, because it's high in K17, I think he said. But I'm going to pass on that one unless I'm diagnosed with cancer, which not yet. So far, so good, but you never know when you're metabolically challenged, especially if you turn into a type 2 diabetes. If you become type 2, you're doubling your rate of cardiovascular disease, and you're really increasing your risk of a bunch of different types of cancer. So we don't want that now, do we? No, we don't. So, all right, I just want to give a little pep talk. I'm not going to go real long tonight because I want to try to get my speed up to par, try and keep this camera from shaking too much. Got some UFC fights to watch tonight. And yes, I do like watching UFC. I mean, those guys and girls, they're this, that takes willpower and such a high level of physical prowess. I mean, those people are just in great cardiovascular and you know, every other muscular condition. I mean, they are just supreme athletes. I really I enjoy watching two people go at it there. You know, it's a test of willpower who's going to win sometimes. So I really enjoy that. So, all right, I'm gonna let you go. Gonna finish out my evening walk. Hopefully I'll get back before it gets too dark, and you know, I'll carry on and have maybe an early morning run tomorrow. It's Sunday morning, you know, get one out before going to church. So, all right, everybody out there, be the best you can be. Never give up, and try not to tap out on life. All right, have a good one. Carnivore Ken out.